Hello, this is Dave. I'm here with our patch update, and this week I have with me Miss Penny Arnold, or Miss Penny, as the students at Building Blocks call you.
Miss Penny.
And we've got some new stuff going on, so we thought we'd talk to you, and you also talk a little bit about your time at Building Blocks. So first, let's give a little update about Building Blocks, talk a little bit about the classes up there, and I know you've been in contact with everybody, so let's talk about what each room is doing. So let's start out with the infant room.
Start out with the baby room, and that it's like from 6 weeks up to 2 years of age. Pam was telling me today that she's got a couple of kids that are getting ready to turn 2, so they're getting ready to transition to the 2-year-old room. That's a big thing. They're going to learn how to sit at the big people's table for their lunch, and having their meal in a bowl with a spoon instead of your high chair and your high chair tray. So they've been working on that.
And she deals with some transitional issues, as you said, because from 6 weeks, the needs and the care and actual work with a child that's 6 weeks old is basically feed them, burp them, put them down for a
let
nap,
them have some floor time, you know, where they get ready to
roll
over and learning to crawl.
Versus when it's getting ready to turn 2, where they have to transition to walking up and downstairs, starting to walk. And
having a nap on a cot and not a baby bed.
So a lot of transitional stages in there. Now, you have Pam Griffith in there, Jennifer Barker, and Wendy Perkins comes in and out.
And they come in and out.
A really good crew with the baby room. So they got a lot of transitional work to do. The next step up, once they hit 18 months to 2 years old, they go up to the
2-year-old room, and that's Shannon Salisbury and
Courtney Gandy.
And I spoke with Courtney this evening, and she said this week they're talking about their teeth and the importance of brushing your teeth and keeping your teeth healthy and going to see the dentist and not to be afraid of the dentist.
That's great news to always have.
Exactly.
And teeth are not for biting.
Exactly. Teeth are not for biting. They need to start that over in the baby room and move over. That's an ongoing class. She said looking into what they're doing next week is they're going to start talking about some community helpers. The police officer, the firefighter, what types of things they do, not to be afraid of them. They're there to help you.
And that's a big step. We get a lot of
that's kind of their, that's a big thing for them to understand. And in this day and age, they need to know these people can help you. They're there for help.
We talk a lot about
stranger danger.
So, and we get a lot of visits.
Don't go hide from them. That type of thing.
And we get visits from the Spencer Fire Department, Volunteer Fire Department, the city
they're very good about coming up and reading stories to us.
So they get familiar with these folks.
They see them on a regular basis.
So that's great. Good stuff there. And again, a good transition room. They get to learn more of the roles of being a big, boring girl. And then after that, they transition up to the 3 and 4, which is working with Brooke a little bit.
With Brooke and Kayla. They have the 3-year-olds. We kind of divide up mid-morning. I'll take my 4-year-olds and do some things, and they're working their 3-year-olds. This week, we're talking about the letter N. When we do that, it's what does the sound make? How do you say it using sign language? Different places and where it goes, and different words, like finding out at the beginning with an uppercase, a lowercase N, those types of things, the phonics. And then next week we're gearing up for our annual Dr. Seuss week, because as we all know, Dr. Seuss's birthday is March 2nd. So we will be making green eggs and ham. That's usually the end of the week. That's always a fun thing, having green eggs and ham.
That's a great point to bring up is our cook, Miss Janet Tanner, who does such a great job with the kids and also helps out in the baby room. So working into Dr. Seuss, you have a busy month coming up. Dr. Seuss's birthday, St. Patrick's Day, into Easter.
So it's
a lot of good themes to work with.
Busy month.
So after they start to turn 4, they come to your class.
My class, we're working on, we've just recently started, we do sight words. I have 5 sight words a month, and we do with flashcards. We'll write the sight words on the dry erase board, and they have to circle the matching words. And so by the end of the month, they've got it just like that. They can pick them up. And then they get a gold medal at the end of the month. If you've worked hard all month on your sight words, you get a gold medal.
Good,
so that's
little
a big
reward there.
And that's a big important step for them. They work for that.
So from infant all the way up until your class is pretty much kindergarten
prep stuff. Getting them ready for
good stuff. They learn everything, the whole gamut. And then after that, they can come back as a school ager.
They come back as a school ager.
Work with Seth.
And I talked with Seth, and he said they've been talking about some different West Virginia facts, like the state bird, the state animal, different things like that, so they know. And doing some simple science experiments, excuse me. and just some different things like that. Working on homework, he's there if anybody needs help with their homework. They do silent reading. So, you know, was there for some literacy skills.
And he has some high school kids that come up and help him.
Right, and they're there in to help.
Heather Fields and a couple of the Typhoon members.
Right.
So always good role models around, and Hillary Blosser.
Exactly.
So all the way covered from birth to 12 years old.
We have it covered, exactly.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about your newest adventure, Penny's Reading Nook. And,
yes, we're
worked on that a little bit.
Kind of nervous excitement about that. I'm kind of, it'll be a new thing to do.
Tell me where it came from.
When I was a little girl, you could call the Roane County Library. They had a hotline, and you could listen to somebody read this story to you. And I just thought that was the berries. I knew how to dial the library's phone number. And just last year, I think, I thought, you know, I wish I could do something like that. We could really get together and do that. Well, then, unbeknownst to me, my husband and Dave start talking, and we figure out a way to come up with it. And so
I was going to say, how did I get drug into this? Scott came to me and said, here's what we should really do. This is a good idea. And he's right.
And you said, okay.
You know, and it's just a matter of transferring the media over. And, with the help of Joe and Cena McDonald here in A&M Digital Technologies. And I got to say, all about solving problems.
Exactly.
I talked with Joe and Cena, said, you know, here's something we want to do, not sure how to get it to the point to where we can. And bam, you know, this week we're starting with Penny's Reading Nook. So instead of calling up the library old school on the phone, now you'll go to YouTube, Ustream, or go to our Facebook /Patch21 page and watch Penny's Reading Nook. And you read some stories today.
I did read some stories today. The first one I believe we did was the night before St. Patrick's Day.
Following in with the St. Patrick's Day theme, and a couple of the books you had
constantly thinking, rolling, the wheels are always turning.
So
we're excited about it.
I think
kind of a nervous excitement, so we'll get there.
It's a great project, and that way kids, as you say, my kids go and know how to get on the computer and can look at some of the sites, the PBS site, and the Parents for 21 site has a bunch of stuff for kids. So this will just be another avenue they can go. And you can, and you actually sat here and read the story, held the book up so they could see the pictures.
Exactly.
So a fantastic outlet to have a child focus on reading, and learning to read, and picking out stories that they may like. So.
And something as simple as, it's just a couple of minutes if they're in the doctor's office or something, and they can pull that up.
Yeah, if you have the one of the phones.
You have to have the phones, right? Have one of the little smartphones. You pull it up and have a story and kind of
so it has a lot of great benefits to it. So
exactly.
Okay, and so with Penny's Reading Nook, and that'll be coming, and you'll be able to see that on our website. You'll be able to see it on our Facebook page, Patch21 Facebook page, our Ustream channel, YouTube. You'll be out in the media.
Oh,
so
no, that's
you'll
bad.
be famous. You'll be famous.
That could be really bad.
So the last thing I want to talk to you about, 21 years at Building Blocks.
21 years at Building Blocks. I celebrated that anniversary last Wednesday was the 13th?
Last Wednesday, yep. I think that's when you told me about it.
21 years.
So I know
I still have the same hair color, and I haven't had to have it professionally colored
yet. I haven't
pulled all my hair out. So things are looking up.
So last year we celebrated a big 20th year.
20
talked to you on the radio.
Exactly.
Had a nice
I had a plaque.
This year you get
nothing. I had to go to
it's
work.
It's only 21 years.
There was no happy anniversary. How are you? Just go to work.
Yep. So
but that's okay.
Dive back in with your 4-year-olds.
Exactly.
Okay, so
right.
21 years.
Yeah.
I know last year we talked about Kayla Matheny was in your program.
Yes, Kayla was in my program.
And now she's helping you teach.
Now she's helping me teach.
She has
she's
her
a
own baby.
Now she has her own baby. So
you've seen
we'll
a lot
see
of
what
changes.
happens when that one turns 3. Maybe he'll be the next generation I have.
All right, and we had you had a special guest yesterday.
I did. We had a member from the Spencer Fire Department. Scott Arnold came up.
Can't imagine Scott.
No, I wouldn't imagine where Scott Arnold came from. Penny, hello.
It's always good to have those connections.
Exactly. You've got those little inside connections.
We got a couple of photos we'll pull up here.
But he likes to come up just on a normal, everyday basis, come in regular street clothes and say, hey, this is my job, this is what I do. He'll show the kids what each piece of equipment is. He tells them what it will do, how it keeps them safe.
Obviously, lets them try it on.
Right, he lets them try it on. They can, it's amazing to watch the kids with it. And they try to walk with the pants and the big boots on. When he has the fire trucks there, which on this particular day, he brought what they call their squad truck, and it's like their pickup truck. And they open up the doors, they let the kids push the buttons, the siren's going, the horn's going. If somebody drives by and sees that, they're probably like, "Oh my word, what's happened?
What did Penny
oh
set
no,
on fire?
it's an emergency. What happened?"
No, but you know, I think the most important message
skill.
I've seen him bring to the table with this is the kids get familiar with what a fireman looks like in their gear.
And they know
especially
what they
for like a 2-year-old. It could scare you to death. It's an alien for all they know.
Right. When they have their air tank and that mask on, they do look like an alien, and it does make a funny sound.
Yep. And
so
this way they
it's
can
important for them to understand.
Put a face to the uniform and say, "Oh, it's just Scott or one of the other firemen." Not a big deal, and not to run away from them if they come into a house fire to get a kid out. They're not going to be. Yeah. They'll say, "This is my friend, and this is someone I need to go and get help from." So.
And I had one of the little boys yesterday told us, he said, "I remembered to tell my mommy about the smoke detector. We changed our batteries in the smoke detector." So something as simple as that, you know, changing your batteries in the smoke detector. When he was there in October, they remembered in February. I did that. So
that's great
that's a really good thing.
So we really appreciate our volunteer fire department, our city police, the Rowan County Sheriffs. They always come and help us out, and they always visit our preschools and daycares and talk to the kids and share such good information. So we, again, thanks to Scott Arnold when he watches this. Scott, we really appreciate all your hard efforts. And if you see these folks out in the community, the volunteer fire department works hard for our community. The city police, the Rowan County Sheriffs, they all work hard. They all take time out of their day to come help our little folks learn the proper procedures.
You know, like the fire department, that's a volunteer. They're not paid for that. That's
so time out of Scott's day to come up here. So we really appreciate it. Again, if you see those folks out there, give them a pat on the back and thank them for helping out in their community. So that's our week's show here. I have Penny Arnold, 21 years at Building Blocks, taking on some new adventures with Penny's Reading Nook. Always working with the fire department, making Scott bring his trucks and stuff up and showing the kids.
That's our inside track there.
And give us a quick update on what's happening at Building Blocks. So if you need any more information or have any questions, you can call Building Blocks at 927-4313. And you can always call in at our office, the patch office here at 927-8047. So that's our show this week. Thanks again for Penny Arnold for coming up. 21 years of service for our community and our kids.
Again, no plaque, no thank you.
No thank you.
No.
We did get you on the show, though.
Yes. So that was my ta-da moment.
This show is sponsored by A&M Digital Technologies. Thanks to Joe and Cena McDonald here for making it happen. And we'll see you all next week. So have a good week.